Well. And welcome to the Go Spurs Go Memes podcast number 32, live but recorded from the Go Spurs Go Memes network studio. I'm your host, Ray. In studio with me, the whole gang is here. Buddy, Clay, Sean, Frank, and Jack. Gentlemen, we took last week off to get rest for the playoffs, so I hope everyone is well rested. We let Clay take the reins, and that wasn't successful at all.
The Roman reigns?
I thought it was successful. Yeah, the Roman reigns. That's what it was, the Roman reigns.
We let Clay take over last week, so he gave us a pretty awesome WrestleMania episode. We got a lot of great feedback on that one, so thank you so much for that, Clay. I know you had a blast at WrestleMania.
I did, and anyone who didn't like it,
they're not listening right now. Those that didn't like it.
They're not watching. They're not listening right now anyways, Clay.
Yeah, they stopped listening.
So yeah, we're well rested. We're ready for the playoffs. Nobody better get a dislocated finger today. That's all I'm saying.
Too soon. Right?
Too soon. Anyway, so what's going on, guys? What did we miss? So we didn't have the show last week. I think the big thing that all of our fans have been waiting for is for us to talk about the anniversary that just passed, which was the anniversary of Selena's death. I can't even get through it without laughing.
I thought you were going to start like crying.
I went back in.
So, anyways, I just Frank and I were kind of talking about this that day because on Facebook the feed is just full of Como La Flor and Selena pics and Selena Forever and Beady Beady Bum Bum. Yeah, all that stuff, and I was never a Selena fan, never really cared.
Sad thing. In fact, what happened was
that's against your culture.
During that time, I didn't even know who she was until she died. I mean, and I'll give credit to her talent and everything else, though. But I really didn't know who she was.
You didn't miss anything.
No.
Who were you?
You really didn't miss anything.
It was back when Tejano was big, and now
Jack was a big Selena fan. He loves Tejano music.
That's why he wears black to this
He was actually part of the Selena fan club in A&M, so that tells you how big Jack is into.
He had the Yolanda
Selena.
and Selena tattoo. He had to remove one.
Isn't that sort of an oxymoron, Tejano and big?
Yeah, good point, buddy. Yeah. So anyways, kind of wanted to talk about just because everybody kind of gets crazy about it, and it's just like, I just don't see it. I don't get the point.
It's because we're horrible people, right?
Well, I guess we are horrible people. I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, young, talented girl gets slain by supposed lesbian lover, but whatever.
Wait, she was a lesbian?
Well, yeah,
that makes this story a lot better then.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the movie.
We'll just start adding things in there.
Selena or Yolanda?
Oh, yeah, how old were you when that happened, Clay?
What year was it?
90.
It was 96, 97, because I was in middle school.
I was nine.
We were in college when that happened, right?
No. Maybe you were.
Maybe you were. You're old.
Probably were.
But I know it was at the time during the O.J. Simpson and everything else like that. So it had to have been 96,
I think it was 96.
95 or something.
I was 9 years old.
There were people screaming out, it was 90.
I remember her.
As they're lighting the candles.
Exactly.
Selena's death, though, is the number one tourist attraction for Corpus Christi. So, I mean,
what else are you going to do in Corpus?
The memorial, not the actual death.
Wait a minute.
You could go to Whataburger. That's true.
We could have been smart enough to notice that it was the 30-year anniversary. 30 years from now is 96, guys.
Yeah.
And this has been Math with Buddy.
Quit showing off, buddy.
Anyways, Frank had a very good point, talking about this whole Selena thing.
I mean, because here's it's always been my point to kind of think about this. I mean, just everybody just sit and think about this. If Yolanda Salivar doesn't buy a gun, Jennifer Lopez doesn't have a career.
That's true. And Edward James almost still has a career.
Exactly. Well, I mean, come on. He gets in battle.
Great Battlestar Galactica. Okay. Not screw with Edward James.
Where would the half price, or no, not half price books, what was the music place that filled up her boutique on Broadway?
CD Exchange?
Where would the CD Exchange be if her boutique didn't go under?
Good call, Sean. Good call.
Would the boutique be open?
But, when Frank made that comment, it really did make me think about the what ifs.
Yeah,
so, alternative
like
theories like,
alternative
if there's
worlds.
Exactly. Another Earth.
Would Selena be in the wedding planner? Instead of J-Lo.
Maybe
Selena had J-Lo's success.
It's very true. Now we all know the phrase, anything for Selena's. But what of on an alternative
Actually, no,
Earth?
I don't know that.
You don't know that phrase, Jack? Okay, so anything before Selena's is a big phrase here in South Texas, Jack. That's all you really got to know. Anyways, so let's say on another Earth.
If you go south of 10, you'll hear it everywhere, Jack.
Everywhere's. So what if on an alternative Earth, Selena wasn't the big thing? It was her sister Suzette. So in that Earth, they say anything for Suzette's. Think
drummer?
about that.
She was a drummer.
Was she a drummer? I don't know.
She was a drummer.
Are you part of the fan club or what? How do you know this?
What if Yolanda was the key and Selena was the fan club president?
Well, at least she was like the colonel for
very
Elvis.
True.
No, I got one. Well, here's the thing. Say Yolanda doesn't pick on Selena and actually became a huge Patsy Torres fan, shoots her. Then we're hearing all these albums and her boutique and everything else. Patsy
So
Torres,
in that
who's still
alternative,
around, mind you.
yeah, and in that alternative world, Frank, does Selena work at Fiesta Texas? That's the question.
And who speaks to high school students if Patsy's that big now?
And whose husband goes to jail.
What happened to Tejano?
Or brother.
Did it just move
That's
south? I mean, it was
Didn't
a
the brother
big
go to jail
year.
too?
Was it going anywhere? I don't
No,
know.
but remember, they would have the Tejano Awards. They would have it at the Alamo Dome, and then like
That's
4 years
but
later,
that's
they were
only
having it at like
because
the
of
Holiday Inn.
But that's only because of the music, though. The music, and we've talked about this before about the fact that if music doesn't evolve, it dies. I mean,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Clay, if you start singing while I do that, we have our own Tejano song. Ready?
Oh, wait, that's a hit in Iran, I think.
That did sound like it was in Iran.
Wow.
I don't think we're gaining.
Anyway, no, wait, listen.
Anyway, wow.
So that's what I'm talking about. Music, if music doesn't evolve, it dies. That's usually the way it goes. And so
Right.
Tejano just never evolved. It never
it's the
changed.
same songs now,
It's
right?
the same damn song over and over
I just
again.
think she wouldn't have been
But guys, Viva Fiesta!
Selena forever.
So enough about the Selena thing.
Changa,
So,
changa.
God.
so I think Clay's
Love those.
episode last week with WrestleMania was pretty freaking good. And so what I want to do, and I already told Clay about this, we're going to send Clay to Fiesta, and Clay's going to do another episode for us at Fiesta.
I'm not going alone this time, though.
Well, no, I want you to take somebody with
not?
you. And I actually think,
Reasons.
well, I think you should take Jack with you
a good
to
idea.
Fiesta, because I think that would
Jack's
just
too
be amazing.
outspoken.
Jack
That's
doesn't
why
look like
Jack-
a bouncer.
Jack's
You know,
gonna-
that's actually a good idea.
We talked about it. Jack's going to sit at the Battle of Flowers Parade and heckle each float that comes by, especially
Well,
the ones with kids.
Wait. This
The
has been going
original-
on
yeah.
for years.
Okay, so you know the two old men from the Muppets that sit up in the balcony? Okay, that's Sean and Ray at any Fiesta parade.
The night parades
Yeah,
usually.
because all we basically do is make fun of everybody. You can hear both of us, because we're hilarious to each other.
And that's it.
That's about it.
Coach, what do you mean I got to take band?
Shut up.
No,
Frank is in a band.
You don't even know what that's a reference to. Which
Oh, no, I had to make a choice between soccer and band. I chose band.
I sold band.
Till I hit college. There you go.
no more JV for me. Band it is.
Varsity.
Anyways,
for a
so
letter.
we are going to send Clay out to Fiesta. Hopefully, Jack will go with him. I was thinking like maybe Sean could go, but I know you're scheduled, buddy. I don't think you can get down here in time to go.
Jack, and Clay do Nyosa.
I'll bring my dad.
Well, Clay wanted me to go, but I was already thinking like
No.
of you going, and I was like, no. I was like, we're gonna end up at Bell Bonds, no, because this is what happens when Clay, Sean, and Ray are together.
Bonds today.
Yeah, exactly. And remember what I said to you, Fiesta Fact, a couple of weeks ago. Remember, the number one bail bond is for indecent exposure, and I guarantee you all three of us would have that. Because what happens when Ray, Clay, and Sean are
You gotta wear a
together,
belt.
what happens is we start to try to one-up each other.
You mean lewd drunkenness?
No,
You don't
because
have to be drunk.
Clay doesn't even really get drunk.
I just do it for the fun of it.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
He's
get
doing it
drunk.
now.
Sean will get drunk. And Sean's scary when he's drunk.
That's right, folks.
It's really true. I've seen Sean break...
Sociopath?
I've seen Sean break doors. I've been lifted by Sean like I was a feather.
Me too.
And Frank too.
do you call that kind of strength?
No, I'm not even saying what I call that.
yeah.
I can't say that, buddy.
The best way I could describe it is, have you ever seen Of Mice and Men? That.
Yeah, Sean basically becomes Lenny. Okay, so
I need to watch it. I don't even get the reference.
Sean becomes Lenny.
I was trying to trick you guys into that.
And he can't be stopped. Like, he can move mountains. That's how scary Sean is.
Is he like Hold On in Game of Thrones?
Master Blaster.
Exactly.
Hold
Master
Hodor.
Blaster runs Bata
Master
Town.
Blaster.
That's Sean. Sean runs Barter Town when he's intoxicated. That's exactly what happens.
and you're the little guy
It's
on the top.
amazing. It's amazing and scary at the same time. Let me put it that way.
Oh, that's amazing.
Anyway, so that's why I will not accompany you both if you go to Fiesta. Anyways. All right, guys. So what else is going on besides...
A lot was going on, apparently.
Well, I quit drinking, Ray.
those meetings working out for you, Sean?
Because during Lent you were drinking.
I cried at my second meeting. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, buddy. I know you wanted to talk about something, buddy. What was it that you
Oh,
wanted to
no,
talk
I
about?
didn't have nothing.
You didn't have... I thought you were saying you wanted to talk about... With Jack...
Oh, here we go.
No, it was
Okay,
Jack.
so
It was
Jack, sorry.
Jack's time. Everybody.
All right.
All right, here we go.
If you heard Dellavedova,
Right.
backup point guard for the
Cavs.
got suspended, or no, was he suspended?
No, they just told him to take it off.
They just wanted to take it
he
off.
just
Yeah,
wanted
they
to
didn't
take
do anything to him.
Well, that sucked. He was wearing it for like 15 games. So he was wearing the little wannabe Fitbit that costs about 10 times as much.
Right.
And these things cost about $5,000 each.
Yep.
Well, between $500 and $5,000 each. So if you paid $5,000 for a Fitbit, what would you
stupid.
want it to do?
Travel through time.
Because this thing can do quite a bit.
Tell me how many
It
steps
can-
I play in 12 minutes of NBA basketball. That's what I would want it to do.
Well, a Fitbit can do that.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, then never mind.
Well, it counts steps, though, if you just wave your arm.
Jack, which one of us do you think has a Fitbit and two knows what they do with it?
Frank is very impressed with this Fitbit over here, by the way.
Put on my right hand.
I mean, the thing is that the NBA had already
I can
said
in
that
one
they
leg
don't,
have
they don't
5,000
allow
steps.
they don't allow any
Wearable
kind of
technology.
wearable technology,
Yes.
because it
Wearable
gives them some kind
technology,
of edge.
But that's the thing.
Does it my question is, does it have a flux capacitor? Because if it doesn't, then it's useless.
Does it get up to 1.21 gigawatts?
This sounds like a really loser subject, unfortunately.
Well, it is what it is. What else is going on? Hinky's gone from.
Oh yeah, the process is
from
dead.
Philly, I guess, yeah. So, Buddy and I had kind of talked about the 76er process. So the 76ers' entire plan, the way that they were running their entire franchise was to suck as much as possible, to be able to get as many number 1, number 2, number 3 draft picks and build a very, very young team. And eventually the idea was that they would have a starting 5 that was nothing but number 1 draft picks. And it just didn't work. And most of their draft picks were getting injured. They even still have one that's never even touched the court. What's that? Not Nerlens Knowles.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid. There you go. He's never even been on a basketball court because he's just been injured this entire time. So, of course, the 76ers, you can get like a $4 ticket to a Sixers game. Like, that's how bad it is
that's
for that
floor.
franchise. And that's floor. No, it literally is.
And change.
It is really, really bad for that franchise. So I guess they just went ahead and decided to part ways with him.
Which we already saw coming when Colangelo came in there. We're like,
Oh yeah, as soon as you
writing's on
said
the wall.
exactly, as soon as you said the name Colangelo, it's like, all right, bye-bye, start packing your office, because you knew exactly what was going to happen. And
Did
looks
anybody
like that.
anybody surprised by this, by the way?
No.
Surprised that it
No.
happened sooner.
No, I'm not surprised. I was surprised like the second day after. Oh no, he's not gonna lose his job second day. Oh no, he lost his job. No.
I will say, if it takes you 13 pages to write your resignation letter,
Yeah.
that was a bit overboard. I read the letter.
Okay.
It was actually really good. It made me realize that the talk of CEOs and corporate administrators and everything like that is way above my head. I will say he gave a lot of credit to the Spurs as an organization
Yeah.
for
That's
doing
awesome.
it right.
That's like thanking Jesus at the Hollow Music Awards.
That's about right.
But my question is, which Jesus are you talking about?
Spurs Jesus. Spurs
Okay, all right.
So he thanked the Spurs.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about Spurs
why would he
Jesus or
thank the
Jesus that
Spurs?
cuts the yard. I wasn't sure.
So what he did, it was basically a letter to the investors. And so he said, this is what
I'm
we were
sorry
trying
for
to
sucking.
do. And then this is where we are right now, which in his mind, he still thinks that he is that the team is
Desirable.
doing what they're supposed to do. And if you look, arguably the Warriors are the best team in basketball right now.
Yeah.
Arguably.
But who are there?
Buddy.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay. Buddy said that so pissed off. Okay, buddy.
No,
Why?
wait. We're gonna tune into the statement. Let him finish.
But you talk about those three players, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green.
They got him pretty.
They got him 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
Yep.
And so the thought was, we're not going to be great now,
But we'll be great.
but
down the
in
line.
4 or 5 years, it
I
will.
don't think they figured.
But that's the
I'm
thing.
really
You have to
surprised.
have the patience.
I mean, this is the other thing too. When they got the Curry, Thompson, and Green, they didn't think like what the Sixers were thinking, right? The Sixers got all those guys as number 1 picks. Okay, so you're talking about you're hoping that they're game changers. Nobody thought that Thompson was going to be a game changer.
No.
Nobody thought Draymond Green was going to be, even though he's not the greatest player ever, but he's still a game changer. Nobody thought that of him. Curry was the only one that you sort of figured that maybe could have some dynamic if he could keep up, right? These other 3 guys are supposed to be
Like
game changers.
legit
We're talking about
game-changing.
Okafor, who's like arguably another Tim Duncan. You have Nerlens Noel, who could be possibly a great defensive player. And then Embiid, nobody knows what to get out of Embiid, to be honest with you, because he's sort of an enigma.
He needs Mr. Scholes.
He needs a lot of things,
Yeah, his
actually.
foot's jacked up.
His foot is all jacked. He's going to be another Yao Ming, I think. I have a feed he's going to be another Yao Ming.
I agree
A
with
Hall
you
of
there.
Famer?
Later.
Good one.
Wow.
So that's the difference between this.
Apply
And
some ice to that burn.
But the thing is
back,
that the rest of the team is just crap. I mean, they have absolutely no one outside of those three guys I mean, I can't recognize any of those players.
No.
Outside of the Ish Smith guy.
I was just gonna say Ish Smith, and the only reason we know Ish Smith is because he would destroy the Spurs.
Because he killed us. But I mean, that's it. I mean, and that's what the biggest problem with them is that they don't have any direction outside of those three.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the arguably thing.
Oh, God.
Okay. So Buddy said that arguably the Warriors are the best team in the NBA. So explain, Buddy.
Well,
What
I
is
mean,
your thoughts?
I still think that the jury is out, and again, we're never going to know until the end of the year. But I still think the Spurs have the ability to be the best team in the league. Yesterday was a step back on that, unfortunately.
Yep.
But, I still think that they have a good blueprint to be able to beat them. And I think they should take a page from what the Celtics and what the Wolves did, of all people, and understand what they did to make the Warriors' life miserable in those two games.
Yeah, you beat up Curry. Simple as that.
Exactly.
You beat up Curry.
You beat Curry to a damn pulp.
Exactly.
And you challenge him all damn
You scare him.
game.
You bully him is basically
and
what
that's
you do.
and I don't understand that. I don't get it. And I think that's a pretty simple thing. Go ahead.
Well,
You can't be telling me that they weren't doing that. He wasn't doing that well. He was heating up. Towards the end of the half, second half, third quarter, pretty
third
much.
quarter. Well, his third quarter is his time usually.
Yeah.
He usually has really
Because I
good
remember
third
you
quarters.
did make the comment that he hasn't scored anything up there. So at some point, is it because
was
teams are
happy
getting
that-
tired at that point? Because moving the ball around the perimeter, you got to shift it.
They were
Buddy's face right now is just...
They were. Oh God, there was so many things in that game last night that just made me want to tear my hair out. But
You don't have that much left.
I know. And that's
a
what the
minute
sad
in,
thing is.
Buddy's ready to tear his hair out.
Look, I mean, okay, look. Let's name a couple things. Okay, number
Well,
one.
let's save that for Spurs discussion.
Okay, well,
let's
I
save
thought
that
that's
for.
not what we're talking about.
Well, no, I just wanted to know why you thought.
I just think
arguably-
that we
and
have a
you,
good blueprint to be better than them.
Well, yeah, you
but we
answered
have
that in
to
one
play that
sentence, and then
game.
you kept talking. So
You said you wanted me to
I'm
expand.
just teasing you. Anyways, let's. Clay brought up a good thing too. Hall of
Flat your
Fame.
tires when it's-
Yow!
That's his
That is,
contribution
is
for
that
the
his
day.
first name or his
Just
last
everybody
name?
at home, that was Clay, not Sean. Just to let you know. That was not Lenny. Sorry. So let's see. Hall of Fame. Yao Ming, Shaq. Who else?
AI.
AI.
Oh, that's right. Iverson. I completely
Artificial
forgot.
insemination.
I always forget about Iverson for some reason.
Me too, I do.
Maybe it's because he never
Once
won
again,
a ring.
Rick
because he's
Allman didn't get the justice due.
Maybe because he's homeless now.
Allen Iverson's a 176er was something to be congratulated about this year.
Yeah, very true.
That's true.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Thank you.
That's kind of
Did
sad
you hear what
too.
he said about Larry Brown?
What did he say about Larry Brown?
Basically, he said that I really wish I had paid attention more to what he had to say instead of just
I'm
blowing
sure
him
he's
off.
wishing he did a lot of things differently.
I'm pretty sure.
when he's living out of a trash can right
Well,
now.
no,
I
he's
had
got
too
a couple
many
other.
friends.
He's got more millions coming because his agent wrote in his contract that he got half of his endorsement money then, and then 20 years later he was going to get the other half.
Wow. I
So
didn't
he
know
actually has money coming to him. He just has to wait for it.
Well,
That
he's gonna burn
agent was
all-
a genius.
that.
Yes.
Must have been because
He knew what was up. Anyways,
they can find an address to send it to him.
So Shaquille
Box
O'Neal-
under bridge.
one skid row.
So Shaquille O'Neal,
Right.
AI, a 27-year ref, Daryl Garrettson, Tom Izzo,
Izzo's a good pick.
Sizzo, my Nizzo.
the first African American coach in a professional league, John McClendon,
Ooh.
and then Cheryl Swoops.
Swoops.
So you bring up the joke of Yao Ming, but
joke of
I think they're totally justified to put him in the Hall of Fame how they did. Because it's not because of him as the player.
I wonder if he's the first Chinese-born Hall of
He's,
Famer.
he's the one that
Well, yeah.
matters.
I'm going to
I
say
mean, because
yes.
You basically have.
I would say
First
yes.
Asian
know
Hall of
any other-
Famer too.
Asian.
So
Clay.
because what they do, it's two totally different,
Races.
I guess, selection processes.
Right.
So in the North and
And we're talking about the Basketball Hall of Fame. We're not talking about NBA or
Right, right. It's
anything.
just basketball.
because there's just
Got
one.
it, got it.
Yeah,
I knew
there's
this. I
just
just want
one.
to make sure.
And so they do a player, and they do a men's, and they do a women's, and then they have four. And that process is you have to be elected, and then you have to be selected from a committee. I think 7 people for the men. 7 people of the 9 of the committee have to say yes, you should be in the Hall of Fame, and then it goes to a honors committee that it has to be like 18 of 24. But there's also 4 kind of outside other committees that are direct election. And there's one that's for international basketball. There's one for history, which is players more than 35 years ago. There is one for just contributors to the game, and actually Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner of the White Sox and the Bulls, was elected that time. And there's one for early African American pioneers, which I think that's the cool one of this draft. Cumberland Posey, who actually played back like 1900s, a long time ago, but he's going to be the first player to ever be ever to be elected to not only the NBA or the Basketball Hall of Fame, but also the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's
a good
awesome.
one.
That's
I swear,
elite.
Jack always brings up these amazing facts.
The only
why he's
other
here.
person I could find that was elected to 2 professional Hall of Fames
Bo Jackson?
was Cal
thinking.
Hubbard, who was inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Played in the NFL from 1927 to 1936, but he was only an umpire in Major League Baseball.
Wow.
So Posey is actually the only guy to play in 2 different leagues.
Well, you know what?
Would
Michael
be a
Jordan
Hall-
could be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Maybe.
I don't think the Barons made it that far that year.
Barrett.
That's what he played for.
I remember that's why I'm laughing because you brought that up. Anyways, yeah, so I don't have any news this week.
So the segment's done, huh?
So
Yeah.
I put the typewriter away then.
Yeah, put the typewriter. We're not gonna do any news. We can just keep talking about stuff. What else is going on? So the Rogue One trailer came out
Yes.
on what was this? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Right? Good Morning America was where it came out. Whatever. Okay.
This week.
This week. Okay.
Sorry.
So I think we should go ahead and watch it, and then you can hear our commentary of what we think about it. So I saw it already, but I didn't have the volume on, so I don't know what basically was going on. I just didn't care.
Do you want to do it for the next segment so we can get it pulled up and ready
got
for
it. I'm
everybody?
Oh no, Buddy's ready.
I'm ready. You
Clay,
ready?
give me a headphone.
Well, how are we going
Everybody
to see
headphones.
this?
Can you turn it
Oh
around?
yeah, I can turn this around. Hang on.
Yeah, turn it
Yeah,
around.
that'd be
Everybody.
great.
Hold on, let's pull down the Megatron.
Can we do that?
Okay, we're gonna
And blow
pull
it
this
up so we can see it.
Yes, I will. Hang on a second here. All right, here we go, guys.
Wait a minute, that's not Rogue One. Uh-oh.
Oh,
What are
my
we
God.
watching here?
No.
Do you have it queued up to the audio too?
Let's see.
Ooh.
State your name for the record.
Jin Urso.
Jin Asa.
Frank,
Forgery of
asshole.
imperial documents.
That guy's gonna die.
Documents.
Property. Aggravated assault.
Why in this galaxy does everybody have a British accent?
It's called basic, sir.
Reckless,
Is that Mom Martha?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Ah.
This is a rebellion.
Didn't you
isn't it?
just pass?
I like this. I like this.
Oh my God, they have stormtroopers.
I rebel.
I like what she says. That's one of my favorite lines.
I hope they have X-wings.
Are these all
Nope.
off?
There's none.
Are the,
There's no X-wings?
There's no X-wings.
I just saw
Is this
an
between
X-wing.
episode 3 and episode
Oh, a
4?
Star Destroyer.
Not a flying
It's
X-wing.
imminent.
Yes.
We need to know
Are these
what
all
it is and
Bothans?
how to destroy it.
My guess is yes.
Ooh, they're putting the little
the satellite dish?
Discus.
They're getting
Now they get
DirecTV.
This December.
What
Is
if I
that a
don't live
Tauntaun? What is
Really?
that?
Look, there's another X-wing and him in the white.
Ian McKellen.
That doesn't sound like a Tauntaun.
That's not a
Forrest
Tauntaun.
Forrest Whitaker.
That's how you make a movie great.
That is true. He doesn't do crap.
And
That's Donnie Yen. That's like
Donnie
Donnie
Wahlberg?
badass. Donnie Yen. He's badass.
Donny Osmond.
Wahlberg.
Like this. I like this shot.
Eh.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Come on.
All right, I'm in.
I will become who I am. Rogue One, coming to theaters in December.
It's a Star Wars story.
film.
Yeah, I'll tell you how it ends.
Don't.
Don't shut
Oh,
your
you
mouth.
did no, don't.
What?
Don't.
They get the plans.
I know. And like, a lot of them die.
They get the plans. We already know. I'm just.
We know that many Bothans died.
We don't know how many.
But we knew it was a trap.
I liked what I saw. I mean, I'm not saying
I'm
that
in-
I can't tell from it.
Here-
I mean,
here's
I
what
like,
I
Yeah,
like
there's
about
not much you can get really get
I like
from that
it.
trailer. Whatever.
I like the dark thing of it.
Well, I mean,
Why does that have to be
it's
dark?
it's in the world, but it's really an original story. No characters, no nothing. They're like starting from anew in this world. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I kind of like that they tied it in with like Mon Mothma,
Yeah.
Mon
Yeah.
Mothma,
They picked
whatever
the
like
perfect
that.
Mom Martha, right?
Yeah, she looks exactly like her. Well, but the thing I like about it is because if you remember Episode 4, the original Star Wars,
And who doesn't?
She was there, but you don't really know like who she was. She was just some lady in white, kind of saying like,
She was the other woman in the
"Yo, we're
galaxy.
gonna go, we're gonna
Window
go
worms?
up in Vader's hood and rock that mother."
Everybody get in a line.
Yeah. Dude, they better have Admiral Akbar in there.
Well, here's something too.
right?
Do you think
It's a trap.
Didn't he just die this past week?
He did. Way to bring up
Thank
old
you.
crap. You want to talk about Merle Haggard too, Clay? Let's just
Yes.
bring everybody that died this week.
Speaking about people who die,
My dreams.
what would you
I don't
say?
care about Merle Haggard either.
I've got something in here, especially with these films. Do you think Darth Vader shows up in it?
Yes.
I think it would be stupid to put Vader in there.
I could
thought
go
about
either
that.
way.
Vader catches them. Vader catches all, but
Does
he
he?
never gets away. I'm going to almost guarantee you Vader's going to make an appearance.
Put your money down.
20.
Yeah, space bucks. There you go.
1,100,000 space
You can't
bucks.
cover what I offer, boy.
How many credits?
That is a good point. I didn't even
60.
think about Darth Vader in the 20.
Well, there's a lot of like
want 60? I'll do
fanboys
60.
saying like, "Give me Vader, give me Vader." I just don't think. I don't think you need Vader.
That guy, so I didn't even tell you. So that Donnie Yen guy he's very good. He's a really, really good.
Donnie Osmond?
Yeah, Donnie Osmond.
Does he
Yeah,
sing
karate
His sister's
songs?
pretty good
he's
too.
He's a karate guy. He's amazing. If you haven't seen a movie called Ip Man, look at that movie and him in that. Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's
If I can't pronounce the title, I'm not watching it.
it's only 5 letters. If you can't pronounce that, you're an idiot.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes.
Never mind.
Hello. Anyways.
All right. Well,
Yeah. So
Let's talk Spurs.
yeah, we'll be back with Spurs discussion in a bit. Sounds good.
LaMarcus Aldridge driving the ball up. Oh my God, he got blocked at the rim. His hand, damn it. His hand. Call the refs. Call the doctors. Somebody get some help down here. LaMarcus Aldridge is down and out. This is good old JR Jim Ross signing off from Oracle Arena. Let me tell you folks, if you're not a basketball fan, you should be, because the San Antonio Spurs and the Golden State Warriors just went to hell and back, damn it.
And we're back, and it's time for Spurs discussion. So I guess we should just go ahead and start with last night's kind of, I don't want to call it a disaster, but it just did
wasn't a
not.
disaster.
It just didn't. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sad they lost, but it wasn't a disaster.
Does this
Yeah.
game really count, though?
No, none of this counts.
No, it
like
doesn't.
really, last night's game, tonight's game at Denver, Sunday's game here home with the Warriors again. Then we go to.
They're actually
wait,
played Duncan. I'm surprised.
Wait, the Thunder come here, right?
Yes.
It's here. Okay, that's the last two home games is Warriors and Thunder. And then we go to Dallas for the season finale. And then its playoff time begins next Sunday, the 17th. That's when the NBA playoffs 2016 kicks off. And that's really the important time. Really, the rest of this right now is just basically, I kind of feel it's just like sharpening the pencil.
Yeah.
You know, seeing schemes, just getting ready for all the playoffs and everything, because it doesn't really matter.
So I'll bring up this question to you then.
Okay.
So we're heading into the playoffs now. So next time we do this, we might be a couple days on into the play or a day.
No. The playoffs start the 17th, so
might
next
be doing
week
it the day of.
we're going to be
Okay.
we'll be doing our thing. Frank will have it out that night because Frank's so amazing at doing this. So you'll be able to hear us while you're watching the playoffs.
Livecast.
Okay. So here's something to think about. So what are our concerns going into the playoffs right now that you can see?
I don't think we can beat Golden State in a 7-game series.
All right. Tell me.
That's my concern.
So we need someone
well,
else to.
that's a pretty big concern.
That's my concern. Everything else doesn't matter because the Spurs can handle everyone else. We cannot beat Golden State in a 7-game series. There has been nothing that I've seen this season that tells me we can beat them at Oracle Arena.
Yeah, that's true. And we have to win one over there.
And we have to win one over
At
there.
least one.
And I'm not trying to be negative about it.
Sounds like you are, but it's okay.
Well, I'm being real about it. Like
I'm just a negative jerk.
right now, I just don't see the Spurs marching into Oracle and beating the Warriors there. We can keep the home. We could beat them 3 times here at AT&T Center, but I just don't
You
see
see
us.
them beating us 4 times over there. You see that definitely?
Yes.
Man, I don't know. I think we can grab one over there.
You think so?
We can grab one.
There's something about
They can
Oracle.
grab-
There's something about
think
Oracle
they
we
could
can't.
beat us on our home floor?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what the more fun. I don't even think it's the home court thing. I think it's just the way that they
I just think that they. Yeah. I mean, they match up very well with us.
Well, that's a very obvious thing. I think one thing that concerns me is their offensive problems. Their offensive problems really scare me because they are consistently shooting in like the low 40s in the last like week or something like that. Like yesterday, and it was the same problem with the Warrior. All the other Warrior games we shot 41 or 42% yesterday.
Yep.
We can't shoot 41, 42%.
And we're
win.
going to because the Warriors' defense is good enough to disrupt the Spurs' offensive schemes, and that's the problem. The guys
We're
get
too
rattled. I don't think that we're too predictable. I think the guys get rattled, and they're just not used to having so many hands and so many bodies on them. And you don't see that with any other team. Maybe you see a little bit with Oklahoma City, but not to the extent that you see with Golden State. And that's the problem.
I just say that when we're coming down to the to the off season again, I think the thing that we're going to really need to start looking at is some kind of other point guard option. Like really looking at that. You look at Parker and you look at Mills and you see at any of them and any against the elite point guards that are in the league, they can't keep up with
They
them.
can't
They
keep
just
up with
straight up
them.
cannot.
Nope.
Curry, Westbrook, we'll even go with freaking Dragic. Well, Dragic they did pretty good on. But, I mean, any of the elite point guards, they cannot just keep up with. And so it's a big problem considering the fact that, like, two of the better teams within the West. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot the big one, Chris Paul.
Right.
Chris Paul, not many people keep up with Chris Paul, but Chris Paul, Westbrook, Curry, 3 big point guards within the Western Conference, which you have to play at least 4 times a year, and they consistently get hammered between all of those.
I think we're looking way too much in the future here. We've still got to get through round 1 and round 2, and then
We're gonna have to play Dallas.
No. We will.
We have
play.
to get to
but,
the
but
Western
what I'm
Conference
saying
Finals
is,
first.
I totally get what you're saying. Like, we're looking too far ahead. But from what I have seen from this team, I don't really think it matters who we play in the first round or the second round. It's going to come down to how we play Golden State in the third round.
My big thing is I just hope, and I know we will, but I hope we get to the Western Conference Finals because think if we get eliminated prior to that by some other no-name team, I would feel okay getting eliminated by the Golden State Warriors. That's great. They're a good team. We're a good team. If we lose to Dallas,
We're not going to.
We're not going to lose to Dallas.
but stranger things have happened.
No,
in
no,
the
no,
NBA.
that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
No.
We're not on the edge.
I would
like
be
that.
more inclined to say, like, maybe we lose to the Thunder or maybe we lose to the Clippers. Maybe. That I could possibly see I would be okay with, but not against the Warriors. I mean, I'm sorry, not against the Mavericks. That's just not going to happen.
Let's go kick that big D.
So let's let's kind of end just kind of talking about the Spurs exclusively, and let's just kind of talk a little bit about the playoffs. Like again, because I just kind of feel like there's not much that we need to say about these upcoming games because they really don't mean anything. The key thing is that the guys rest and they don't get injured.
Nobody gets injured.
Last night Aldridge did get his pinky finger dislocated. I think all the villas started getting lit here in San Antonio when they saw him go out. But he's okay. He's going to get rest like a lot of the guys for tonight's game. So that, of course, means more Boban tonight. But let's kind of look at the Western Conference right now. And I also think that we'll take a look at the Eastern Conference. So right now, of course, Golden State has locked it in. They have secured home court throughout the entire NBA playoffs. It doesn't matter who they play. Oracle Arena will have home court. I mean, it'll be home court at Oracle Arena. So right now, if the playoffs started today, round 1 would open up with the Golden State Warriors playing the Utah Jazz. The San Antonio Spurs would play the Dallas Mavericks. Oklahoma City would open up with Portland. And I think that would be an interesting matchup right there because I think that Portland can make
their
there's some
life
trouble.
miserable.
Yeah, I really do think that they could. And then the last matchup would be the Clippers and the Grizzlies. Of course, I don't even know who's left playing on the Grizzlies right now because I thought it was just 4 empty chairs.
They've got a bunch of guys that I've never even heard of.
God, yeah. So I don't know.
I heard they were suiting up Yogi and Boo Boo for the series.
So
They got something named Mumford. I don't know who that
and
is.
his sons.
Xavier Mumford. I don't even know who that.
I don't even know who that is.
I've never even heard that name.
So basically, I just don't think the Grizz have a shot in the playoffs because of all their injuries or whatever. So I think that's an easy move for the Clippers to go to the next round where they would meet the Golden State Warriors because there's no way Utah is going to beat the Warriors. I just don't see that happening. No. So let's just say Final Four in the West would be Warriors, Spurs, Clippers, Thunder. And then
that's a good thing because the Clippers and the Thunder are going to beat the crap out of each other pretty well. Oh, no, wait. No, we would play the Thunder, right? That's right.
We would play the Thunder in round 2.
The Clippers will beat the crap out of the Warriors quite a bit in that thing, even though they're not going to win.
They're not going to win, but they will give them some trouble, I think.
I think they'll beat them up a little bit. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice, but we'll see.
What's the East look like?
Let me look at the East. The least.
The Cavs are in it.
The Cavs? Oh, yeah, the Cavs. Yeah.
The Raptors.
Toronto's 2 right now. I think.
I feel like there was a fight for 8.
Celtics are
isn't there?
3. Heat are 4.
Aren't the Bulls 1 out from 8?
Yes, they're 1
They're like
out.
half a game.
Yeah,
or
and I think they
one
lost
game back.
yesterday, so that puts them even further out.
Hey, did you guys hear that rumor they were talking about that Gasol's not going to be a Bull?
No.
He's going to opt out and he's going to leave.
I know.
And I think they're also going to get rid of Derrick Rose as well.
What?
Yeah, I think they're
They
finally.
held on to him this long.
Frank wants to get this.
Frank just got so excited when I said that.
I mean, that's Mr. Glass. I mean, you have so much money that's keeping that franchise down.
Well, I've been saying, Buddy and I have been saying, I think all of us have been saying it, that the Bulls need to focus that entire franchise around Jimmy Butler.
Absolutely.
And for some reason, they were just so hesitant to do it.
It's probably because they spent so much money on it.
Yeah,
they
so,
have
so
an
I think
investment in it.
I think Gasol's gone. I think Joakim Noah's gone. I think Derrick Rose will be gone. Etuan Moore, I wonder how long his contract is. That I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that Chicago team is going to look completely different next year.
I'm wondering if they really like that coach, though. Like, I've seen a lot of... Yeah, Hoiberg. I don't know if they like him very much.
I don't know. But who do they like, though? You know, the Bulls hate everyone.
Well, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Is that Butler? I mean, is that somebody like Butler doing that? Or is that somebody like Rose doing that?
I think that's Rose doing that.
So you get rid of Rose, and then does that dynamic change?
I think so, because I think Hoiberg's a good coach. I don't think he's as good as Thibodeau, but...
No.
I mean, for some reason, they just wanted to get rid of Tibbs so bad.
Well, the problem with Thibodeau is he played everybody 35 minutes a game.
Hoiberg's doing the same, though.
Exactly.
Jimmy Butler he plays like almost 40 minutes a game.
Right. He's hurt right now. Like, he came back.
But Jack does bring up a good point. That is all they have.
That's true. I mean, but they're still out of the playoffs either way, so it doesn't matter.
So what's the East look like, Jack? You took it away from me.
Sorry, my bad. You can have it back, King.
Okay, so let's look at the East. So, of course, number one in the East is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Boo. Right now, the playoffs open today. They would open up with the Detroit Pistons. The Cavs have the home court throughout the Eastern Conference playoffs unless they get to the finals against the Spurs or Warriors, and I think the Thunder as well. They wouldn't have home against those three teams, I think. Number two is the Raptors. They would go up against the Pacers. Number three is the Hawks versus the Hornets. I think that's a good series right there.
I think the Raptors and Pacers one will be good, too.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. The Pacers are looking better.
Well, here's the thing about Toronto, though, is Toronto looks really good on paper. They do have some talent, but usually when it comes to the playoff, it's choke time.
Yep.
Well, it's a whole different game in the playoffs.
Well, yeah,
people are playing hurt and they play better. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think the Hawks Hornets would be a great first round matchup. But I like this one too. Celtics Heat.
Ooh,
round one.
Too.
Boston would have home. I really like that series.
I think
there.
Boston will take them easily, though.
You think so?
Oh, Boston's man.
Yeah,
when I watched them in that Warriors game, they looked so damn good. I was like, man, they were like on. They were
I think
so
they
much
just had
better.
on fire. I think they were just on fire that night. They had.
They've been playing really well.
Yeah, they
last
look so much more in sync than they did.
But you see, I kind of feel Miami's kind of changed their game. They've gone a little bit smaller. They're playing a whole lot better too.
Joe
So
Johnson
I think
helped them a lot.
Yeah. It's totally good point there. So I think that series is just going to be like a really good series. I honestly think that series could go 7 games.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be amazing.
The Cavs are going to just straight up destroy who are they playing one more time, sorry?
The Pistons.
Well, I don't know. Pistons beat them once at home this year. So I mean, I don't know. That'd be an interesting. It just depends on which Cavs team shows up, because the Cavs, they tend to screw themselves.
They totally do. I don't get what's up with them, and I've never felt that Tyrone Lue was a good coach.
No, he's just a maintainer.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of like the shadow for LeBron James to be the coach. Yeah, he's just a puppet.
Finger puppet.
You. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cavs are going to come out of the East, but it won't matter because whether it's the Warriors or the Spurs, that's going to be your NBA champion.
I agree.
So, anyways, that's NBA and Spurs discussion. We'll be back in a bit.
Hey guys, it's Clay here with Spurs in the City. I am your correspondent in the streets for the Go Spurs Go Memes podcast, and this week I'm playing a game called Spur of the Moment, where I run up to random Spurs fans and ask them a random Spurs question. Let's see what kind of quick answers we can get. Hey, will the Spurs win against the Golden State Warriors? That's all you got.
Of course they will.
No, they're not going to win. They're going to lose. She just looked at me like she's going to kill me. Excuse me, miss.
Oh my gosh, who are you?
I'm Clay from the Go Spurs Go Memes. You ever listen to our podcast?
No.
It's okay, nobody has. Hey, Danny Green, should he shoot more threes or not as many?
Not as many?
I thought you'd say that. Excuse me, sir. My name's Clay from Go Spurs Go Memes. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Oh, sorry. Hey, sir, do you speak English?
Poquito, no sé.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question here. Hey, if we could retire someone else's jersey number on the Spurs, who could it be?
Manu Ginobili.
Okay, Manu, thank you, sir. Yeah, what's your name?
Linda?
Linda. Well, okay, I got a random Spurs question. Ready?
Yeah?
Did you watch the game last night?
I did not.
Okay, well, LaMarcus Aldridge, he jammed his finger.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's terrible. They have really big fingers. You know what they say about guys with big fingers?
No, what did they say?
I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, hey, what was the worst thing you've ever jammed?
My toe.
I can see that.
No, what?
I'm just kidding. Excuse me. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, I got a question for you.
Oh, God.
No, my name's Clay. Nice to meet you. Sarah, have you ever owned a pair of NBA sneakers?
No.
How tall are you?
4'11", thank you very much.
You answered the question then, Sarah. Okay, I got a Spurs question for you. Ready? Ready to go?
You're ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Oh, my God.
What was better, the colors? The old Fiesta Spurs colors or the silver and black?
Silver and black.
You don't like the Fiesta colors?
No.
Why don't you like colorful things?
I like colorful things. It's just that the pink and the turquoise, that was 80s. It was so 80s.
So it was like Bret Hart met like Rip Taylor and they came together?
Rip Taylor.
Oh my goodness, guy.
Oh, wow. We're going that obscure reference.
It's not obscure. Rip Taylor's awesome. Look at what.
All right.
Hi, what's your name?
If you're talking about Spurs stuff, I know nothing about Spurs.
You look like you're a hockey fan.
No.
What kind of sports do you like?
No.
You don't like sports?
No.
You like theater?
I like the sports ball and when they score the touch points.
Let me tell you something, folks. He's wearing loafers, and I'm pretty sure that's a kilt. Hey, what's your name?
Shawana.
That's not your name.
Yes, it is.
Shawana what?
Oh.
Oh. Hey, Shawana, you a Spurs fan?
No.
Who do you like?
Celtics.
You like the Boston Celtics?
Yes.
Okay, real quick question. Larry Bird or LeBron James?
Larry Bird.
But LeBron James is not white. And neither is Shawana. Well, with the Spurs regular season winding down, you can see there are some random Spurs fans and some that aren't Spurs fans at all. Shawana. What kind of a name is Shawana? Anyway, doesn't matter. Spurs fans, this is Clay signing off for the Go Spurs Go Memes podcast. I'm your correspondent on the street with Spurs in the city. Hey, listen, playoff time's coming around. Let's get into playoff mode. Sending it back to the guys in studio to talk more Spurs and more cool news. But as always, go Spurs, go!
They go length of the court with Archie Diacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it is.
And we have a brand new champion in NCAA men's basketball. Congratulations to Villanova. Last second win. Tar Heel fail.
I feel bad for them, man. I feel so bad for them. That shot
just,
that Page hit before that point was amazing.
Didn't he bank that in?
Yes, he banked it in.
Like
it was
double
ridiculous.
clutch bank with the guy in his face.
But that's the thing. That game
crazy.
was just amazing. Like I didn't watch the whole game. I didn't get to start seeing it till the end. But I mean, it was just back and forth. They both deserved to win that game.
But
it was just absolutely
UNC
amazing.
didn't shoot worth a damn in the game. I mean, that had a lot to do
That was
with
the
it.
crazy thing. Mm-hmm. They shot 43%. Villanova shot 58%. But UNC only had one less field goal.
Yep.
They out-rebounded them 36-23, and on the offensive board, it was 16-2.
And that's usually why you win games, but in this case, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, you know, I guess you do what you want. But yeah, I mean, awesome game. You know, I felt really bad. Marcus Page, he's going to go play on the professional level and make a hell of a lot of money.
Awesome.
You know, really good game. You know, but it's sad because that means that there's no more college basketball. But there's 139 days till college football.
Oh my God.
And I have no idea what to do with my time. Maybe I'll start watching.
Oh yeah.
Don't you tease us. Don't you put that in and tease us. You just take that out right now.
Oh, wrong.
Well, before that, we do want to kind of talk about the Go Spurs Go Memes bracket challenge.
Oh, true that. Totally forgot because I didn't do well.
I think we all sucked. I don't think anybody
we did have a champion.
We have a champion, Coach Deb. ESPN 994770032.
You just gave her phone number out.
No, it's an 8-digit number.
Boop, 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 boop.
Did you put one in front of it, Jack?
What are you wearing?
Hey, Deb. So I heard you won.
I'm sorry, Deb. I'm sorry.
But also, you know, from the studio, congrats to Frank, the producer.
Whoa.
Second.
The producer.
He finished second.
in the whole thing.
Of course he did.
Frank's the
How
only
is
one
that possible?
He's the only one that knows where Villanova is.
That's a good point.
And
Pennsylvania.
second place.
Pennsylvania.
And then Hungry Hippos finished third. I guess Josh Worley.
That was Clay.
That's not Clay. He's
Let's
just
see,
hungry.
other folks in studio. I finished ninth.
God, I must
bad
have
I do?
dropped so bad.
Let's see.
I dropped like
I'm
a-
starting to.
I
Buddy
dropped
the, Buddy the engineer finished 20th.
I was second
Ray
for
was
a while.
20. Ray was 22nd.
Oh, you sucked more than I
Damn
did.
rock chalk.
Clay was 26.
That's what screwed me right there.
didn't
Damn
lose.
rock chalk.
And
but you know what? That's what I freaking get for being on last week. Rock chalk.
Sean, what was your bracket?
I didn't enter.
Oh,
Really?
of course.
Good job.
I did lose then.
Way to come in last. Clay.
Anyways, okay, so Coach Deb,
Coach Deb.
if you're out there, please shoot us an email, GoSpursGoMemes at gmail.com, so that we can get a prize to you. There's also, I don't remember what his real name is, but the screen name, Manu's Lost Nut. We got a gift for you as well, man. So,
Is it coming in a package?
huh? Resealable.
It's one Cascorone.
It is Manu's Lost Nut, right? Is that what the screen name was, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, so Manu's Lost Nut. Shoot us an email, GoSpursGoMemes at gmail.com. We have a gift for you as well, so we can get that out to you as well.
Is this really what I have to do until football season starts?
I know. I hate baseball.
Can't I watch like NASCAR? The Masters.
And they're going to the right, to the left.
It's to the left, Clay. If they're going to the right, kaboom.
This song sounds like it could fit in NASCAR.
Oh, it's
Okay.
played. You'll hear it.
And to the left.
So Sean, are you ready to talk baseball, my friend?
Not only am I ready, I'm excited to talk baseball.
Are we going to talk AAA? Are we going to talk about
Yeah.
the whole waste of money that's
Actually,
coming to San Antonio?
let's start with that.
All right.
So earlier this week, my
I'm
essay.
gonna go to sleep. Hang on.
That got Frank excited. He ran right to a microphone.
City government?
City government? My name is Frank.
City government waste. Perfect.
You might remember me from that phone call you tried to make to ask for my opinion.
What's next? San Antonio's going to get a monorail?
We have another World's Fair.
Exactly.
Monorail.
The monorail's doing great in Ogdenville.
God, I'm trying to think of all the other towns that I can't. West Beaverbrook.
I was just going to say,
yes.
there you go.
One.
All right, baseball, AAA,
AAA is
San
coming.
Antonio.
So, long story short, San Antonio is trying to get rid of our AA team, the Missions, to try to bring in a nice AAA team, whoever that may be.
A nice AAA.
But why? What's the point?
So we
I
can
don't
say
have
Crash
one.
Davis.
I
That's
do.
why.
Crash Davis.
I do have a point, actually. I actually have a point, actually.
Okay.
The point is it's a reshuffling, basically. Right now, what do we feed in the Padres, right?
Yes.
Right. There is rumor on the intraweb that the Texas Rangers are looking for a new feeder city, and
Actually-
it could possibly come down here.
I can confirm that because their agreement with Round Rock is ending next year. I was just at the
Well,
Round
what
Rock
will happen
Express.
to the Round Rock Express, Sean?
It's great.
Their affiliation is going to go to the Astros. It's going back because Reed Ryan is still a major. I think he's actually principal owner of the Express, so they can change affiliations in between. It's weird baseball lingo, but Reed Ryan, son of Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan kind of got kiboshed on trying to buy the Rangers a couple years ago. So he was like, "Oh, you don't want the only 7 no-hitter pitching guy? Okay, that's fine. Hey, Astros, how would you like all of my secrets on pitching and all this?" So he's pretty much loaded up in Houston. His son has owned the Express since they were the Astros affiliate 4 years ago, I think. And so they had a 5-year deal with the Rangers because Nolan thought he was going to buy the Rangers. Well, that didn't happen. So he's like, "Yeah, guess what? When that's done, you're out." So that actually is happening the end of next season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So back to San Antonio.
So back to San
AAA.
Antonio. And so the Rangers actually might come to San Antonio, which I think is a good idea for the Rangers to try to build up their fan base here. Because if you look at the Astros Farm League, you have AA down in Corpus with the Hooks, and you have AAA that's soon going to be back at Round Rock. So if you're going to try to get some of the fan base from San Antonio, which, could lean either way to the Astros or the Rangers, it's a smart move on the Rangers.
Sean, do you want to explain to the folks at home the difference between AAA and AA?
Absolutely. AAA would be considered what the D League is to the NBA. It's the guys that are about ready to come up to the NBA. When someone's injured and you want to play some games, that's what you send them down to. AA is a little bit less. This would be maybe your European, your Spanish, your Chinese, French leagues.
The people that sank on the Titanic, is what you're saying.
That's still unconfirmed.
Wow.
Anywho, speaking of sinking it, thanks for ruining my segment.
You had
Anyways,
your segment, Clay.
There was plenty of room for Jack on the raft.
sorry, Jack.
I'll never let you go, Jack.
No
Water's
offense,
kind of
Jack.
cold, you know. Anyways, but no, double A is a little bit shorter. Then you have single A, and you actually have something called rookie league. So
Ugh, I'm
there's
already
4 different
exhausted.
levels. Well, that's baseball. Frank, you want to talk about what you know? Go ahead, go.
What do I know
About this, about this,
Oh,
only
okay,
this.
there you go. It's a lot. No, but here's the thing about it. I feel that since we're basically surrendering. We are the little brother, the little sister of all the cities of Texas right now when it comes to franchises. We have a professional basketball team. We could have a professional baseball team, and it just seems like we're just settling for this. And in turn, if we get a AAA league here, well, which we are, a team, that's not set in stone, is it?
It's contingent if we get the bond approved for $78 million to build a stadium downtown, which no one will go to.
Yeah, exactly. And because
where's the stadium going to go?
Downtown.
Where
the water
where?
is. Well, the water's going to be the first baseline. I don't know. It's going to be right near Jack.
They just come up with the ideas. They hire other people to do, to execute
By the
them.
Pearl.
But here's
Everything's
the
going by the
thing.
Pearl.
This is my question. The fact that we have a AAA team,
We have
does that
AA.
mean no? I'm talking
Oh,
about
in the future.
In the future, that we have a AAA team. Doesn't that render us to never have a Major League Baseball team?
I
at
will
all?
concur because you look at other AAA teams around the Durham Bulls. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Iowa Cubs. Yeah, Des Moines going to get one real
This is
soon.
why I think it's a very stupid decision for the city to be doing, especially when we're talking about NFL and we're talking about bringing like the Rangers games, the exhibitions that are held over in the Alamo Dome. And what I don't get is that we're like, okay, we want this, but we'll go ahead and settle for your weaker teams. And
that's talking about the Rangers games. Attendance at those Rangers big fan weekends have been going down steadily year after year. I was just telling Jack,
there are a lot of reasons for that too. That people
Jack,
get.
look who we had this past year. We had the Kansas City Royals, defending champs, against the Texas Rangers, Texas team. The attendance wasn't there. And going back to even when Hurricane Katrina hit and the Saints played in the Alamo Dome, attendance wasn't there for those games either. So I think as a city, it wasn't. The first game was a great turnout, but the rest of the games, were half full. Mm-hmm. As a city, our fan base is showing that we support our Spurs, but we are not willing to support other things. It's like they're testing us out, and we just keep failing over and over again.
I think they're testing us out too. They're setting us up for failure.
Yes.
We're the other date. Like when teams are trying to get new stadiums or better stadiums or something from the cities already in, well, San Antonio.
We're a leveraged city. We're like what you
I
said,
completely agree.
We are the person to make the boyfriend jealous.
Yeah.
So that way you go back to LA or you go back to where whatever.
You hear that, St. Louis? Look what San Antonio has in the South.
I think that's the biggest thing is that a lot of the San Antonio knows that we're being used for all of these teams, and then they're not going to go and support them. They're not going to be stupid and go and support them. Maybe that's why you don't see the supports for these. For instance, the Saints. We knew the Saints were going to stay here.
No.
I mean, sure, they came out to that game and we wanted to act like we were like engaged in it, but we knew we weren't going to keep them, and why are we going to give them our money?
Right.
I mean, when it really comes down to it, and this AAA thing, it's the exact same problem.
I think it's the
We're
dumbest
just being
thing we've
teased.
talked about in a while. And I think Mayor Taylor's actually behind it.
Oh, she's absolutely behind it.
And I just don't get it.
It's
I was
because
like, hey,
she wants to seem like we're some kind of big league town that has some kind of quote unquote big league sports. And in reality,
I just don't get the stadium downtown. Like, why do you want to build it?
Like, and the other thing
well,
is,
you got to get the money for it first.
yeah,
of all.
$78 million in bonds
for a team
what?
that's not going to hold a major league baseball team at all.
It's just like the iguanas, and then we move over to the rampage. Look how long that took.
Dragons, you mean, and then the rampage.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the progression of this. We're always that minor league team. Thank God we have the Spurs. That's all I got to say.
And now we're getting that soccer team now. That
Scorpions, don't you dare talk about
And
that.
honestly, and actually, the first game is coming up this week on Saturday.
weekend.
Here, which is already going to be sold out. There's gonna be a large crowd up there. Now that team is like a whole different story. I mean, that's basically the major league team that we can get. MLS.
And
that seems more feasible now, mainly because the MLS isn't as strong a franchise as Major League Baseball
or
or
the NFL.
And you look at when we got basketball. Basketball was barely anything, and I think that's why.
That's why we have it.
Exactly.
And also, you look at the amount of the attendance. Basketball is much smaller than football and baseball, and so it's easier to fill and support, especially in a city that I think we can all agree isn't on the the majority of the city isn't the upper echelon. But anyways, I digress. So a quick recap of Texas teams that we got going on right now. We have the Houston Astros. They just finished a series with the Yankees. We got 1 out of 3 out there. First game got postponed actually due to snow flurries the very first day in New York.
Wow.
Got to love that. They are actually dead last in ERA. Their pitching has been absolutely atrocious their last 2 games, so it's been rough lately. But their hitting has been there. Carlos Correa, first 2 games, he had 3 home runs.
It's going to be the MVP this year.
He's on pace for 185 home runs.
Dude, that guy's
so
the man.
I'm excited.
That guy's the man. Dude. I love that guy.
That'd be great. No, and he's 21.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Rangers are in the same. They're 1-3 now, so they're really bad right now. The Texas teams are occupying the cellar, Ray. So, but it's been one series, and here's to the next one.
Here's to the next one. Thank you, Sean, for that. Thank you, Jack, for all the NCAA basketball. We'll be back in a bit.
Go Spurs Go Memes presents Story Times with my dad, John.
I was 17 years old at the time, and my buddy, I was on the back of his motorcycle, and we were going onto the west side of town to go to see a X-rated drive-in theater. We didn't have money to go into it, so we drove off in the bushes just close to the front. But on the way over there was these 3 Mexican girls that were, instead of walking on the sidewalk, they were walking in the street, and I came up with this great idea of just reaching my hand out there and grabbing one of them's ass. Well, when I did, I didn't realize the impact of going 30 miles an hour to hit somebody on the back of the butt. And when I did, the bike started shaking like crazy, and I turned around to look, and this one girl's grabbing her ass like it really hurts bad, and their 2 girlfriends are over there rolling around. They're laughing. They think it's the funniest thing that ever happened. But my hand hurt for about 3 days after that, but it was a great time and a great story.
That, once again, folks, was my dad, John, with Go Spurs Go Memes Stories.
And now it's time for Crazy Stories of the Week. All right, buddy, what do we got this week?
Okay, well, this week, so I did this in honor of Sean.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Midget wrestlers?
Which are awesome.
Oh, my God, I got to change stories now. No.
I just heard Sean, and I just automatically thought midget wrestlers.
Don't act like you didn't enjoy it.
So as we all know, this was opening weekend for baseball. So what we have going on right now is we have a story about the Yankees. So if anybody hasn't heard
Yankee, my wanky.
Yeah.
But do you like it?
So the Yankees have done this really horrible thing to their fans, right? Since the Yankees have now prohibited printing online tickets for their premium seats throughout their stadium, right?
Hey, what happened?
The reasoning being is because of the fact that they want to keep the riffraff, quote unquote riffraff, away from the expensive seats of the stadium, right? It is by
so
far
they want to keep Yankees fans away from
Yankees fans.
seats.
Yes, that's basically from the Yankees. Exactly.
And I've been to a Yankees game. I would do the same thing. Those fans are nuts.
Well, yeah.
Well, duh, it's the Yankees.
It's the Yankees.
Yes, but it's great.
So moving forward.
Continue.
So, as a result of this, of course, one of our favorite people, John Oliver, picked up on this story, and he had a little segment in regards to it on one of his Sunday's Last Week Tonight shows. Right? In this segment, he states of how much jerk faces that they are, and he, of course, belittles them in any way that he does, right? But one of the things that he decides to do is he decides to purchase some of these tickets from the Yankees, and he resells them he's going to resell them to fans.
But tell them what type of tickets they are.
They are going to be the expensive ass seats, according to what he said.
Legend seats.
They're called the legend seats. They're directly behind home plate, right? So they're usually, I don't know how much these usually cost, but whatever.
A lot.
Sean, how much you think?
Sean, how much you think?
Okay, so the ones, if you look directly behind home plate and to the right, if you're watching them, the first 4 seats that are there, those are actually owned by SNL executive producer Lorne Michaels. And those are his seats. The ones right behind them are also NBC's, but I want to say those seats are right around, I think $1,200 a piece.
$1,200.
That's pretty cheap.
Well, John Oliver
They
said it in the
are-
segment.
Well, get
Ray,
this.
for one game.
According to StubHub, they can range anywhere from up to 600 to a whopping 6,000 per ticket.
I see 6,000. I could see.
I think in the
To
segment
watch
he
like
said
the
$3,000 a
Royals,
ticket.
and stuff, it'd be great.
Yeah, so
the Expos.
It's like buying a ticket to go to WrestleMania. Why would you do that?
Nonetheless, drive. Wow.
So moving forward,
Continue.
so what John Oliver decided to do is that he bought some of these tickets and he told his fans, "Look, I'm going to sell these tickets to you for 25 cents a piece,
Wow.
as long as you dress in something that is the most ridiculous thing that makes the Yankees the most uncomfortable."
Well, he didn't
that
even
they
say
can.
dress. He says just basically be as inappropriate as possible.
So opening day comes around, and the first game goes to two lovely customers, and they dress as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
It's one of the best things that I've ever seen. In
And they
my
weren't
life.
teenagers.
And they weren't teenagers. That's the worst thing. The second day comes around, and they dress as dragons. That was even better. And then the third day comes around, and I'm sorry.
I want to believe it was unicorns.
Unicorns. Yeah, it was unicorns. The third day.
I hope he does it all year, honestly, because it's going to be.
I don't think he has the
run out of
money
money.
for it.
But not, he's going to run out
has
of money
no
here
budget.
But
But also
it's HBO.
It's not TV.
Yeah, it's HBO.
So,
Well, I mean, how are they going to buy him then?
well, I mean, yeah, he must have some kind of way to
believe
buy
it's
that.
internet.
Well, I mean, here's the crazy thing is that I think this brings up a good point about the fact that this move to like their COO came out and said, "Well, look, it's to protect the rich fans from having to sit next
Which
to
is
the
the
poor
worst
fans."
thing you could
I mean,
say
Yeah.
to
really what
represent
he
to
said.
sell the game.
It's the worst honest thing to say that he means.
But it's funny that a lot of teams are going to start doing this. If I'm not mistaken, the Timberwolves are going to start doing this as well, where they're only
Why?
going to
There's riffraff in Minnesota.
Right, like you need
It's
people
too
to come to
cold.
those. You need people to come to those games. For
Have you
God's sake.
seen Fargo, John?
Actually, I haven't. I need to watch
And I think it's
And Fargo's
lot of
not in
meth.
Minnesota.
well, it
It's
just
the
comes to
same.
it just comes to
It's
show
all
how
one
much from
street.
reality these owners are actually from the real people that are around that they're fans. You know,
Well, I mean, look
Well,
at look at what God the
But you
Clippers
don't care
owner
about
last
the real
year.
fans. You care about the rich people that are going to buy up all your seats.
Yeah, and the corporations that are going to buy the luxury boxes.
Hell yeah.
Well, look at Yankee games. Like, I mean, just look throughout this whole season when you catch a game, especially during the day. Those seats behind behind home plate are going to be empty. And that goes to show you like what we're seeing a trend here with the Spurs games, with Miami and everything.
Don't get me started.
Is that a lot of people they're taking the game away from fans? I mean, honestly, rich people, yes, you could be fans, you could watch the game, but the majority of them are there for like an experience inside the building, and the
Right.
game is just some weird afterbirth of some sort.
and mind you, there hasn't been many people sitting in these legend seats for the games. I mean, they
One,
showed
it's been
this,
super cold. I mean, the
Well-
first game was canceled because of snow flurries. I mean, it's
should tell you
chilly.
something.
Yeah. I mean, as interesting as baseball is, sitting outside for 4 hours while it's kind of rainy and snowy is tough.
That's a
If I'm sitting to watch baseball, I better be heavily intoxicated because
Well,
I can't
that's
watch it either
understood.
way.
Because it's very boring.
It is very boring.
If you're playing it or
if you're
you're
playing
there,
it, it's
fantastic. I love it.
fantastic,
I love
but-
the
Hey,
experience
when
going
bats
there.
fly into the seats, everybody's excited. Then
everybody starts getting happy.
I miss a whole bench clearing brawl. You know,
haven't had one in a long
no,
time.
and I mean where people were coming in from the bullpen,
Those are
that
the
kind of
best.
stuff like that.
Kyle Farnsworth.
Absolutely,
Yes,
that was
yes.
it. I miss Nolan Ryan going here, take some Advil because I'm going to make you pound. I'm going to
make
pound
Robin
on your head.
Ventura his bitch.
Well, and the other thing, Yankees now the first one that does they outlawed smokeless tobacco. So anybody that's doing chew, even visitors can't even do it now. That's huge for baseball.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, they made bubble gum for kids just so they wouldn't do it.
Does Minnesota-
Like they chew.
That's like
good
taking
point.
dollars away from strippers. That's just stupid.
Speaking of strippers, so
you listening?
we were talking about our anniversary show
Yes, we were.
because it will be 1 year in August, right, Frank? August, September.
Yeah, it's end of August. I have to check that out.
So,
with
so
you,
Sean had a pretty good idea that we should do the show live from a strip club.
Paradise, here we come.
we can't afford that. We need to go a little bit lower.
There's nowhere lower.
There's nowhere lower than that.
What's going on behind
Strippers
there?
in high does not sound good. I mean, I'm just telling you, it doesn't work.
The only thing lower
can
than
you
there are the
imagine-
body scars.
Can you imagine if us trying to do a show at a strip club? I could already hear Buddy yelling like, "Turn down, pour that sugar on me. It's too loud."
And now hitting the stage, Sugar.
There's too much treble, Frank. God, what is going
On
on?
stage number 5, Bambi.
Hello, Dulce.
Sean, is that you?
The dollars are pointing at me, isn't it, baby?
Jack, get off the pole.
I bet we could. I think if we ask, I'll ask.
You wanna
who?
ask?
I'll ask around. Buddy,
Do you not know who Sean is?
Yeah.
Sean is the master at getting lap dances without paying for
We're
them.
trying to get T-shirts
And I believe your
made,
wife
we
was
can't
an
even get
recipient of
T-shirts.
one.
Yeah, it's very true.
We're trying to get Sean to make T-shirts, and yet you can find us a strip club. How the hell did that happen?
We don't have money to buy T-shirts
If
yet.
it's- if it starts
yeah,
with-
we could buy a strip club.
If it starts with an S, Sean can do it. Shirts and strippers. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's my expertise.
And Schlitterbahn.
I keep to my name. S. Sean Strippers. Done.
$ where the S is up.
That's what I'm known for.
Anyways.
Wow, Frank.
Yeah, just kill it right there. So I
Well,
guess,
back to strippers. Yeah,
I
we're
guess-
doing it, kids.
So I guess on that note,
Dad,
that'll
you're going,
bring
right?
us to the end.
Dad's coming.
Happy birthday to
happy
John,
birthday.
Sean's
happy
dad.
birthday.
It's his birthday.
65.
Happy birthday to him.
Fighting 65.
Fighting 65. I love John. John is the type of guy that will fight for you when you're drunken and you challenge other drunk people and you yell at them, come at you, bro.
It's like a Karate Kid film.
It really is like a Karate Kid. It's not a Karate Kid film. It's Ray's life.
When Ray hits on a black transvestite, that's what happens. You see.
No. John protects me and makes sure I don't do anything silly like that. Because Sean will let me do that. So John just yelled out that he was ready for chingazos if you didn't hear that. So gotta love John. So happy birthday, John. Gotta give a shout out to Go Spurs Go Memes fan JC Art. He puts a lot of artwork up on Go Spurs Go Memes. He was the winner last night of our meme contest. So he is actually getting a shirt from one of our new sponsors, Noise. They're going to be sending him a shirt. So thanks for doing that. Also want to give a shout out to another fan, Ro Santos. Ro has his own podcast here in San Antonio called The World of Ro. Buddy Frank and I will be on his podcast very, very soon. But he's a great guy, has a very interesting podcast.
Clay Jack and I
so-
have other plans, I guess.
It's true. He didn't.
Strip
doesn't,
club.
Ro actually told me, Sean, you're the worst on the show, so he doesn't want you.
I
He
respect
loves
his
Clay
opinion.
though. He loves Clay though because Clay
Not
likes
enough to get on
wrestling.
the show.
So shout out to Ro. Thanks for listening. Also want to give a shout out to Antonio Hernandez, who is also a Go Spurs Go Memes fan that listens to us in Hawaii. So thanks so much for listening. We will be back next week for podcast number 33. And it will be our playoff show because we will be recording on Sunday, April 17th, which is the start of the NBA playoffs. So we'll have some good stuff with you, possibly have some guests in studio with us, so we will see what happens. Sean, did you have something to say?
Not now.
No? You sure?
Ro, I don't know what I did, but I'll bring tacos.
Oh, there you go, Ro. He's going to bring tacos. Maybe you can sit in then. Anyways, thanks for listening. This podcast can be heard on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube, of course. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks so much for the support. We will see you guys next week. And as always, go Spurs, go.
Stunner! Stunner! Stone cold! Stone cold! Stone cold!
Hey, where's Jack? I think Jack disappeared.
Jack just, yeah, he's just like, I'm over this.